everybody? It's your boy Nar from the Nar Report. Back today with another episode. This is episode 37 of the Nar Report. And all I just want to say is thank y'all for all the love and support y'all have given me throughout the years. I started this Nar Report back in 2022, and I've been receiving a lot of love and support from then until now. All right, so I just want to appreciate all the love and support. And on all of my social media platforms here on the YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And speaking of my social media platforms, make sure you sub to the YouTube at the Nar Report. Click that bell to make sure y'all get all the notifications on when I go live and when I post stuff. All right, on YouTube. And follow the Instagram and the TikTok at _NAR_report. It will be in the chat room right here. It's the same thing. The Instagram and the TikTok, they're both the same. _NAR_report. All right, this is it right here. The Instagram and the TikTok. So make sure you go follow those social media platforms as well too. I appreciate that. And in today's episode, I'll be recapping Game 5 of the NBA Finals. I'll talk about Tyrese Halliburton struggling right now. The struggles of Tyrese Halliburton in the NBA Finals continue, and give y'all a Game 6 preview. Game 6 of the NBA Finals is tonight in Indiana. OKC is up 3-2. Will they close it out, or will Indiana force a Game 7? I'm here to give you all that information today on this episode of the Nar Report. And before I give a Game 5 recap, I haven't been going live for a week because I've been a little busy. So I'm glad that I'm back. I'm glad that I'm doing this episode right now. So I'm going to do a quick little Game 3, Game 4 recap because the last time I was live, I talked about the first two games. So for Game 3, so I'm going to go over Game 3 and Game 4. I'm not going to do a full recap. I'll just talk about the scores, all right? So after Game 2 of the NBA Finals is tied at 1-1. Indiana wins Game 3, 116-107, and OKC wins 111-104 in Game 4. Series tied 2-2, and then we go to Game 5. OKC wins 120-109 back at home in Oklahoma City. Let's talk about it. What a game for the Oklahoma City Thunder as they got the win at home against Indiana. They go up 3-2 in these NBA Finals. All right, let's talk about it. J-Dub, Jalen Williams. That man is an all-star. This man was hooping. This man had 40. Yes, 40. Jalen Williams had 40 in Game 5, player of the game. And he's in the conversation of potentially winning Finals MVP because he has been hooping. And Jalen Williams is the second option for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's probably one of the best second option players in the league. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying he's probably one of the best second option players in the league. Jalen Williams, 40 points. Chet Holmgren, 9 points. Isaiah Hartenstein had 4. Lou Dort had 9. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 31. Alex Caruso, 2 points. Aaron Wiggins, 14. Cason Wallace, 11. And that's it for OKC. So OKC, they're going to continue to play team ball. OKC keep doing what they does best, being consistent on both sides of the ball, offense and defense, playing team ball. Sorry about that. They're playing team ball. They're working together. They're getting very good coaching by Coach Dignall. He's doing a great job in these NBA Finals for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And OKC, tonight they are just one win away for the NBA Finals. Can they get the job done? All right, but let's talk about Jalen Williams for a second. That dude was phenomenal. 40 points. Man, three-pointers made. Man, he was 14 for 25 from field goal attempts. This man could have missed. When I was watching Jalen Williams, I was like, man, this dude is hooping. He was hooping out there. If it wasn't for Jalen Williams getting 40 points, they would have not won that game. And I'm just being real with you. Let's be real. If Jalen Williams does not drop 40, OKC does not win that game without him. It's just that simple. Not saying everybody else did bad, but Jalen Williams was the leader in Game 5 and got the job done for the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, now let's go to the Indiana standpoint. Indiana, at one point, they were down by like 17, came back, cut it to 2, and then OKC just went on a run. They just couldn't buy a bucket. They couldn't get no stops. When they were down 2, I thought Indiana was back in. I was like, oh, shoot, this is Game 1 all over again. But nah, OKC said, not tonight. They turned up the pace, all right, and said, nah, y'all not coming back on us, and then went on a great run. So let's look at the stats for the Pacers. Aaron Nesmith, 14 points. Pascal Siakam, 28. Miles Turner, 13 points. Andrew Nembhard, 7 points. Tyrese Halliburton, 4 points. Obi Toppin, 12. Ben Shepherd, 0. TJ McCollum, 18. Ben Mathurin, 7. And that's it for Indiana. So for the Pacers side of the ball, nobody is really showing up for the Indiana Pacers besides Pascal Siakam. So that's why if the Pacers win the finals, Pascal Siakam is going to be finals MVP because he is showing up for the Indiana Pacers. He's the reason why that this series is going to game 6. Because if it wasn't for Pascal Siakam, this series do not go to 6 games. All right. It would have went to 5. That's all I got to say. All right, so Pascal Siakam, he's doing what he does best. He's staying consistent on both sides of the ball. He is the best player for the Indiana Pacers right now. Like, Siakam doesn't have any help. Halliburton being inconsistent. TJ McCollum, only Pascal Siakam and TJ McCollum are the only guys hooping. All right. What's up, Ty? Even though they playing bad right now, I believe they forced a game 7. Hey, man. It depends on how they do tonight. Halliburton is playing tonight. We got the news a couple minutes ago. Tyrese Halliburton will be playing tonight in game 6 in a huge game tonight. So I knew he was playing, but he won't be 100%. I have a feeling that it might go to game 7 on Sunday night, but with Halliburton not 100%, I think OKC gets the job tonight. Once again, what's up, Todd? My boy. This is my boy from high school. I appreciate you joining live. We're just recapping Game 5 and talking about these NBA Finals. All right. So, back to what I was saying. The only 2 players that are showing up for the Pacers, Pascal Siakam and TJ McCollum off the bench. And McCollum is outscoring Tyrese Halliburton. And Tyrese Halliburton is the star player on the team. You're letting TJ McCollum, a guard that comes off the bench, outplay you in these NBA Finals? Come on now. Like, what are we doing? So, speaking of Game 5, that's it for Game 5 recap. I didn't really have much to say about that. OKC wins 120-109. What a game by OKC. Indiana struggled all night besides Pascal Siakam and TJ McCollum. All right. And let's talk about Tyrese Halliburton real quick. Tyrese Halliburton, the struggle still continued. I don't know what's going on with him. This is not his series, okay? He only had one good game, and I believe that was game 3. Ever since game 3, he hasn't showed up since. I said it's in order for the Pacers to have a chance to win the NBA Finals, he needs to average at least 20. Okay? He has to average at least 20 if the Indiana Pacers have a shot at potentially winning it all. Okay? But otherwise, though, with Halliburton not averaging 20, the Pacers are not going to win because OKC is a strong defensive team. Okay? Their perimeter defense is insane. All right? So, I just want to say that real quick. And Halliburton, you're playing tonight, Game 6 of the NBA Finals. This is do or die, baby. This is do or die. You win tonight, you're going back to OKC for Game 7. You lose, deja vu. Sorry about that, but something had dropped there. But hey, Siakam, it's all on you tonight. If you can play, you got to turn up for the city of Indiana. All right? It's just that simple. All right? I'm going to tell you why Halliburton is struggling. He is scared. He didn't prepare. It's just not his finals. And he has been inconsistent. Like, Game 5, you had 4 points, and those 4 points came from the free throw line. He didn't make a single shot attempt. Didn't even make a single shot attempt. And you're supposed to be a superstar player on the team. Now I see why people are saying Tyrese Halliburton was the most overrated player in the league because it shows it right now in the NBA Finals. Todd says Siakam and Halliburton need to go crazy to win this. Yes, Siakam. I think Siakam is going to do his thing. I think he's going to go for 30. It's all on Tyrese Halliburton because if you look at it this way, Pascal Siakam has been doing everything for the Indiana Pacers. It's all on Tyrese Halliburton. He is their superstar player on the team, and he has to come ready to play. It's just that simple. All right. Halliburton has to come ready to play in order for Indiana to keep their season alive. All right, and that's it for the Halliburton struggles continue standpoint. Now let's go into Game 6 tonight. Here we go. Game 6. OKC Thunder, Indiana Pacers. In Indiana, Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Indy is going to be loud. It's going to be rocking. OKC up 3-2. Can OKC get the job done tonight? Will Indiana force a Game 7 back in OKC? Let's talk about it right now. All right, and here's the preview. I am excited for Game 6, okay? I think this is going to be an intense Game 6. Probably one of the best Game 6s we had since 2013 Spurs and Heat. I think it's going to be way better than that. I think the Pacers are going to come ready to play. I think Siakam will be ready. Halliburton could be ready. I just think OKC, they got the mindset of closing it out tonight. And Indiana got the mindset of forcing the Game 7 back at OKC. I got OKC. I got the Oklahoma City Thunder winning tonight and closing out this NBA Finals. All right. The reason why I think OKC is going to win tonight because they just got to win one game. All right. I know they don't want to go home for a Game 7 on Sunday night. So I think what they'll do is win tonight to go ahead and get it over with. All right. I do think Shea might go for 40 points. I'm calling right now. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander will go for 40. Yes, you heard it from the Null Report. Mark my words. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander will go for 40 tonight. J-Dub is going for at least 30. Siakam, I think he's going to go for 30. Halliburton might go for at least 15. Yeah, so that's what I think. I think Halliburton's going to go for 15. Siakam might go for 30. J-Dub going to go for 30. And Shea's going to go for 40. All right? And if I get those stats right, I am a genius. And I'm going to come back on here and tell y'all, hey, I'm a genius, man, if that happens. All right? So, yeah, here are the key points for Game 6 tonight. Starting off with OKC. Number one, being consistent, all right, on both sides of the ball like you've been doing. Offense and defense, OKC, keep on playing team ball. Stay consistent on offense and defense. Shea must have a great game. J-Dub must have a great game. But otherwise, though, I think OKC is going to get the job done tonight. And the bench has to come ready to play. All right. Dreamville, what's up, man? Welcome to the live. I appreciate you for joining. Dreamville says, yeah, I believe that Shea Devlin going to get that 40 tonight. Me too, bro. And here's the reason why. Game 6, you win tonight. It's over. You're NBA champions. And if you go for 40, you're finals MVP. All right. If Jalen Williams gets finals MVP, I won't be shocked because he has been that number 2 guy for the Oklahoma City Thunder. But Shea is definitely going for 40 tonight. All right. He's probably going to have at least like 23 at the half. And then, yeah, I think Shea is going to go for 40 tonight because it's on his mindset, baby. He wants to close it out tonight. He wants his team to be raising up that Larry O'Brien trophy at the end of the game. So, yeah, Shea is definitely going for 40 tonight. I think J-Dub is going to go for 30. All right. So, for OKC, your key points to the game is slowing down the Pacers, being consistent on offense and defense. And otherwise, though, you'll be great, though. Now let's talk about the Pacers side. All right. Now, there's a lot of key points for the Indiana Pacers. Number one, you got to slow down Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Number two, Tyrese Halliburton must have a great game. Like, in order for Halliburton to have a great game, you got to score at least 20 plus. Okay? It's just that simple. If Tyrese Halliburton does not score over 20 plus, they're not winning this ball game. Okay? It's just that simple. Or if they go for 20, if he goes for 20 and he lost in a competitive game, then yeah, I'll take that. But in order for the Pacers to hang in with the Oklahoma City Thunder, Halliburton must go for 20 plus. All right. If he goes for under 20, they're not going to win this game. It's just that simple. Siakam, he's been the only guy so far that's hooping for the Indiana Pacers. Obi Toppin has been hooping as well too. And how about TJ McCollum coming off the bench? That man has been balling. TJ McCollum has been that dude for the Indiana Pacers. All right, so McCollum must have a great game. The bench has to come ready to play because the only two people that are coming off the bench, TJ McCollum and Obi Toppin, those are the only two guys that are coming ready to play. Everybody from the Indiana, matter of fact, everybody that is playing for the Indiana Pacers tonight need to be ready to play. All right, because this is your season. You're at home. You're trying to win in front of your fans, having some hope for Game 7. So you need to come ready to play and get the job done tonight. All right. But otherwise, though, I think this is going to be a great Game 6. I think it's going to be competitive down to the wire. But I'll just go ahead and say this. If Indiana wins tonight, Game 7 back in OKC, I think OKC might win by 40. Okay? That's just what if Indiana wins tonight. I'm calling right now. If Indiana wins tonight, they're going to go back to OKC and get blown out by at least 30 to 40 points. All right? But otherwise, though, Game 6 tonight, 8:30 on ABC. This wasn't a long show because I just wanted to come on here, talk about the Game 6 preview, the Game 5 recap, Tyrese Halliburton struggles, and what each team needs to do tonight to get the job done, what OKC needs to do tonight to get the job done so they can be NBA champions, and what Indiana needs to do to get the job done to force a Game 7 back in OKC. All right. So today wasn't really a long episode. All right. I'll be back here on Monday. Okay. I'll be back on Monday after the NBA Finals because on Monday, the NBA Finals will be over by then. So it'll be over by tonight or Sunday. All right. And my boy Ty says, yeah, it's a loss either way for the Pacers, but at least they won 2. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. They won 2 games. All right. And I'm going to tell you the reason why the Pacers won 2 games. Because of Siakam. All right. If they don't have Pascal Siakam, they don't win 2 games in these NBA Finals. Because if Siakam doesn't show up, they win 1. All right. And they get sent home at 5. But otherwise, though, the Pacers, you got 2 games. You've been competitive in these NBA Finals. We got to give credit when credit is due to the Indiana Pacers. They've been competitive to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Every game has been close, okay? Every game has been close, down to the wire. I am excited for Game 6 tonight. This is going to be a dogfight, okay? This is going to be a dogfight because both teams won it, all right? Let's just go over it. Game 1, Indiana wins by 1 point, 111 to 110. Game 2, OKC wins 123 to 107. Game 3, Indiana wins 116 to 107. Game 4, OKC wins 111 to 104. In Game 5, OKC wins 120 to 109. So overall, this has been a great NBA Finals. A lot of people slept on this year's NBA Finals. Once we got Indiana and OKC, everybody was like, nah, ain't nobody going to be watching this. This final's going to be boring and nobody want to see this. Indiana and OKC. This has probably one been the best entertaining finals we had in a while. All right. It really has. So I just think that they're going to get the job done. I think OKC is going to get the job done tonight. It's going to be a competitive Game 6. It's going to go down to the wire. I'm ready. Sign me up tonight at 8:30. We got 1 more hour until the game, baby. I am ready, man. I got OKC getting the job done tonight. And I will be back on here Monday to recap Game 6 of the NBA Finals and do a full recap. All right. And before I go, Ty says, who did you want to play against the Thunder in the NBA Finals? Whew, man, that's a good one. I'll say Boston. Yes, I think OKC and Boston would have been an outstanding finals, a shootout each game. But OKC versus Indiana has been great. Okay. This has been a great final so far. Indiana, they've been competitive throughout the first round, the second round, the conference finals to now. They've been a competitive team and show you that they can compete with everybody. All right, so if I was to choose who did I want OKC to play, Boston, because that would have been a great finals. Ty says, same, bro. Yeah, I wanted OKC in Boston, but somehow Boston got sent home in the second round. I'm just being real with you. If OKC was playing the New York Knicks, this finals would have been over in either 4 or 5 games. Okay. If they were playing Cleveland, 6 games. If they're playing Boston, it goes to 7. Indiana, 6. Milwaukee, I think it goes to 5. All right. So otherwise, though, if OKC and Boston play in the finals, this is going to be an exciting finals. Game 7. But hey, OKC, they're playing Indiana. Good finals so far. All right. And both teams have been playing exceptionally well. All right. And that concludes today's show on the Now Report. I appreciate everybody that joined. I appreciate all the love and support. Make sure y'all sub to YouTube. If you're new here, make sure you sub to the YouTube and click that bell to make sure y'all get all the notifications on when I go live and when I post stuff. And make sure y'all following the social media platforms at _Now_Report. All right. And while you're on him, you can share this with some of your people that love sports, talking about the game of basketball or football. If you got some people that love sports, hey, share this podcast, share the live with them. Share when I go live. Share one of my episodes, okay? Let's get this Now Report going, baby. I'm trying to get to 100 followers by next month. I believe I can do it, baby, but I got to keep putting it at work. So I appreciate all the love and support. We're in this thing together. If it wasn't for y'all, I won't be doing the Now Report today. So I just want to say I appreciate all the love and support. I love y'all, and make sure y'all be safe, all right? And stay tuned for more, all right? And that's it. Have a good rest of your day. Nard out. I'll see y'all on my next episode. Yes, sir, my boy Todd. Like I said, make sure you sub to the YouTube. Click that bell to make sure y'all get all the notifications on when I go live. Share with some of your people, all right? If they love basketball, share with some of your people. Hey, they get in here in the comments. Talk some hoops, man. All right, but that's it, though. I'll see y'all on Monday. Nard out, and on Monday, I'll be recapping Game 7 or recapping Game 6. All right. So either way, I'll be recapping this whole NBA Finals. So tonight, I think OKC wins tonight. All right. So either OKC wins tonight and they're NBA champions, season over, or Indiana wins tonight and we got a Game 7 on Sunday night. All right. And that's it. I love y'all. Stay tuned for more. Nard out.